The FA Cup third round sees Manchester United taking on David Hoyle's Royals at Old Trafford tomorrow. It's a 12:30 kickoff. I'm not doing a watch along because I won't have enough time and stuff. I'll be getting ready for the ball game. So, for me, we should absolutely demolish them. Having said that, we've underestimated Championship teams before. That's under Jose Mourinho, though. Now under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, he says United could win every game if we put the good performances in. Yeah, I don't want him to be too delusional about it. For me, we can win this. It's a very winnable game, considering how poor the Royals have been this season, especially in the Championship. And I know them from the Championship games and stuff. It's the FA Cup. Anything can happen, and we have to admit that. Sanchez and Lukaku will start for United. So that means that's going to be a front three, I think, then. Sanchez, Lukaku, and probably Jesse Lingard, because I think Juan Mata did cack. Couple of youngsters I think could start. I think mainly I'd like to see Mason Greenwood maybe, Chong maybe, a couple of the youngsters. John O'Shea is hoping to make his return to Old Trafford, obviously playing for the Royals. He joined the Royals from Sunderland after he obviously was playing for United. Barley is suspended. That means he'll be back for the Brighton and Hove Albion game, which is after Spurs. Boho and Smalling are injured. Romero, Fellaini, Fred and Diogo Dalot could all return for United. In more than 10 years at United, the 37-year-old won 9 major honours, including the 2008 Champions League. That's John O'Shea. Solskjaer said they'll get a chance. Some of them that are itching to play, Lukaku will get a start. Sanchez will get a start. That's important for them because they need more game time. We're about winning trophies, and the FA Cup final is such a fantastic final to play in. If we end up winning, that's what we hope for. Whatever competition you're in, you want to win. It's more or less what you expect at a big club like this. Jose Gomez, the Reading manager, has said it's a very special game. They're a very strong team. Now they're playing with a different dynamic. It looks like the players are more comfortable with the way they are playing now. It's a special moment playing against these teams, especially with the atmosphere at Old Trafford. It's amazing. Well, it's only been amazing since Ole Gunnar Solskjaer took charge. When I was assistant coach at Porto, I always had the honour to be in charge at Old Trafford. I was assistant coach, but the head coach was in the stand. So United are flying under the interim manager Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. He just wants to keep the momentum going, which is understandable, obviously, as you'll expect. 4 wins on the bounce under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Only the second United manager ever in United's history to be able to win his first 4 games in charge. The only person who did that before him was Sir Matt Busby back in 1946. United have lost just once in their last 14 FA Cup matches against the Royals, unbeaten against them in the competition since a 2-1 defeat in the second round 3 replay back in January 1927. Last time these two met, it was a 4-0 win for United at Old Trafford, and that's what I am going for again. 4-0 to Manchester United. I think De Gea's going to get a clean sheet. But there is a couple of players in the side for the Royals that we do need to keep an eye on. And I'll get to them in a minute. United, since a 2-1 defeat against Swansea in the third round of the FA Cup in 2013-14, United have won each of their 4 such games at this stage without conceding a single goal. However, for the Royals, this will be their 7th consecutive season that they will be starting their FA Cup campaign away from home. They've won 2, drawn 2, lost 2 of their previous 6 third round games. And it's probably going to be 3 defeats, known us, because we're doing very well. Let's have a look at the Royals, because the Royals at the minute this season in the Championship specifically have been very poor, and that's no offence to David Hoyle. He'll admit they've not been great. They're coming into this game on the back of a smashing 4-1 defeat at home to Swansea City, and obviously they lost against the Borough as well. Obviously, Pele Clements just left them to go to Pek Swule. And obviously, we got a late win. Borough got a late win there. The 23rd in the league. They do have a couple of good players in their squad, though. and I'm going to tell you them. I'm going to tell you them when I can eventually find them. Obviously, they appointed them new manager back, I think, just after the Borough game, when we actually won them. So, we aren't having the best of times, but as I say, it's the FA Cup, and anything can happen. It's like, obviously it's not going to happen today, but Spurs could lose against Tranmere, which they're not at the minute. And as you say, anything can happen in the FA Cup. It's such an unpredictable cup to be part of. We've had Premier League teams and obviously Championship teams knocked out against non-league teams. So, starters, Leeds United getting knocked out by Sutton United the other season. So there's one of the shocks. We've had a couple of shocks in the past where we've lost to Derby this season in the Carabao Cup in penalties, lost against Bristol City. We have lost against a couple of teams who have been down below us in the table in the FA Cup or been in a different league. We have some very good players, as I said, when I can eventually find them. Obviously, they've got some good players up front as well, and they might cause us a couple of issues, but I'll be truthfully honest, I can't see them getting anything out of United. And as I said, it's just my opinion. You just have to accept that. Whether you like it or not, fan opinion is what counts. Your predictions are going to be up until 12:30 tomorrow. As I say, my prediction's 4-0. Because I think we'll just go out there and absolutely one riot as usual. And we'll make it 5 wins out of 5 under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. It's going to go well. So we do need to be wary of the attack that the Royals can actually cause. They can cause us a couple of problems, especially when our defence has Phil Jones in it. Now, if we play some of the youngsters, it might not be the case. So let's hope we can get a win. As I say, the win's important. Doesn't matter how good the result is or how crap the result is, whether it's 1-0, 2-0, 3-0, 4-0, 5-1 or whatever. Doesn't matter how the result is. If we get the win, then that's fine. As long as we win, that is the main thing. Thank you all for watching. Drop a like, get your comments in the comment section down below. Your predictions are open till kick-off tomorrow, 12:30. And subscribe to the channel if you're new. Thanks for joining.